Hi, everybody. So we were having a discussion today about knowing your spouse's password for their cell phone, and do you think it's weird if you don't know their password, or do you think people deserve privacy and it's okay to not know the password? So for us, we think it's weird if you don't know the password. How do you guys feel about this?
What is your feelings? Here's my feelings. I feel like everybody deserves to have privacy. So like obviously like if you're gonna go to the bathroom and you're married, you should be allowed to like close and lock the door.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go to the bathroom.
I mean, if I go poop, I normally lock the door, but a lot of times Tice just doesn't care. Like he'll just be in there with the door open.
So basically
Hi, Jax.
hi dude.
Hi. Jax has an umbrella.
Basically what the discussion was is it weird if you're married and you don't know each other's phone passwords? Like, is that actually weird? I feel like it's weird because to me, and this is just my point of view, if you're married, phone privacy is not a real thing. Like, basically what I'm asking is what would need to be so private that your spouse can't know what your phone code is.
Well, we were talking about this today, and I was like, okay, some people think there should be boundaries, and then Tice says, boundaries? I see your butthole, so. Well, you know, I mean, we're married, so. Like, what are these boundaries?
Way to just jump right into that.
I'm just saying, no, I'm not trying to be like gross about it. I'm just saying, like.
My gosh.
Boundaries?
No, what I was meaning, what I was bringing up is like, there's supposed to be like, so like in marriages, you know, it's obviously you're pretty close, and so people's argument with like not knowing their spouse's passcode would be like, well, I need privacy boundaries or whatever. And then what I was telling Mary was like, I'm like, boundaries? I'm like I see you naked, like we have sex, like what do you mean boundaries? What boundaries are we talking about here? Now, I think it's different if
you're just dating.
if you're just in a relationship. That's
If you're
different.
dating, yeah, I think maybe you don't have to know their password for their phone. But we've been together for almost 10 years, so like why? Like I don't even ask him if I use his cell phone because like what if I need a picture off of it or my phone's dead and I need to get on his phone? I just take it.
Well, and that's what we mean here is we're kind of talking about couples that have been in a relationship for quite some time.
Yeah.
Quite some time.
And the reason we're talking about this is because we have friends who have been married and their husbands wouldn't tell their wife the password to their phone. And I'm like, that's weird, right?
It's weird.
Is it weird? Or are we weird for thinking that's weird?
I think it's weird. I just don't know why, especially if you're married and you trust each other and you know each other's life, like I just find it really strange. Like why would you not know your spouse's passcode? And what's the argument for keeping your passcode secret from your spouse? Like what do you say, what's the excuse? So like I'm trying to think like, okay, if I'm keeping my passcode on the DL from my wife, what's the reason? But again, like, we just have a relationship where I feel like Mary knows everything that I do, and like if there was like something open in my web browser that was like, she's like, what the freak? Like, she would know that it was because of like whatever, like I was researching something or like I wouldn't feel, I feel like couples shouldn't feel uncomfortable if that's the reason. Like, I can't figure out whatever the other reasons would be. Like, you don't tell your spouse your passcode because of what? Like, what would be so private? Anyways, that was our discussion today, is like, we just know a lot of people that feel differently, and they're like, no, we feel like, you know, it's okay to have a different, or not tell your spouse your passcode. And then to me, I'm like, just me personally, I would feel really weird and like almost like question my relationship if Mary was like, you can't know my phone passcode. I would feel very weird about that.
Yeah, because you'd be like, what are you doing on your phone? And I'm like, ooh.
Unless Mary was like in the Secret Service.
Yeah.
If she was like a CIA agent and there was like literal top secret-ish, then I'd be like, okay, you can have a passcode that I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, see my shades?
And by the way, we're in Malta. We're in Malta right now,
It's pretty cool.
doing a show with Cirque du Soleil.
Malta's pretty cool. It's older than hell. It is so old. Like, the entire country is like a war, like, bunker.
There's ruins here that are older than the pyramids. That's cool.
Yeah.
There's just old stuff here.
We saw them today.
They look like just big rocks, but they're really old rocks. Jax is having fun.
Jax likes it, even though this is a very, very unkid-friendly place. Not that it's dangerous.
It's not dangerous, there's just no playground.
There's just no, like, there's nothing for kids. It's kind of weird.
So anyway, yeah, maybe leave some comments. Let us know how you feel. Do you think you should know your spouse's phone password? And if not, tell me why. I want to know why. And we're talking people who have been together for a long time, not people who have just been dating.
Yeah, if you've just been dating, we know. Like, you're not freaking gonna give your phone passcode to some schmuck that you started dating like 3 months ago. No, we know. We're talking about like long relationships. You're married, and you don't know each other's phone passcodes. That's weird. That's weird.
Hey, Jax, can you say hi?
You got an umbrella?
Hi. Say hi, I'm Jax. Say my name is Jax.
Umbrella! Umbrella. Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.